The fundraising of the ESN is coming on Saturday. All they need is the tools. You are not paying them. All they need is the tools. And those tools they need, it's not child's play. Fighting for freedom. You and I know the enemy we are facing. You know what the caliphate is capable of. You know what they are bringing in Biafra land. You see all the tanks they are bringing. Even the terrorists in bushes, you see the kind of machine gun they are using. You see the kind of weapons they are using. We cannot use stick to defend you. Neither are we going to use double barrel to defend you. It needs a lot more. It needs a lot more. When you are talking about self-defense, if you are sincerely and genuinely discussing self-defense, you must have to apply the equal measure that the enemy is bringing to you. That is how to apply self-defense. You can't tell me that you want to apply self-defense, you want to defend yourself against someone that is coming with AK-47, and you're going to that very person with the double barrel. That's a suicide mission. You are actually making your death faster. So when you hear self-defense is going to the person with the equal measure that the person is coming to you with. If he's coming with a jet fighter, prepare to get a jet fighter. If he's coming with an armored car, prepare to get an armored tank. If he's coming with any kind of with a machine gun, prepare to get a machine gun. If he's coming with an AK-47, prepare to get an AK-47. If he's coming with a double barrel, prepare to go with a double barrel. If he's coming with a stick, prepare to go with a stick. That is how to apply self-defense. Betty Mother, you're welcome. That is how to apply self-defense. You don't apply self-defense by using a lesser measure to follow someone. It is a suicide mission. Whenever you are using a lesser force to go and meet somebody and say you want to apply self-defense, or some of you will be hearing self-defense. Somebody will come with a pistol in your heart to come and kill you. Then you want to go and rescue the person. You want to make your death faster. That is what you only want to make your death faster. You're not defending yourself. In self-defense, you apply equal measure. Equal measure. That same thing that the person is coming to you, that's what you're going to apply. Now you see where you have to come in to support the ESN. Now you see why our brother Simon Ekpa was calling for people to come and sponsor Biafra for 6 good months and see results. Now you see why Mazi Simon Ekpa was asking for Biafrans, able Biafrans, who we know we have thousands of them. He asked for only 50 to come out to sponsor the coming of Biafra in 6 months and see a result. $10,000 per month for good 6 months. We have Biafrans who can pay that money at once. We have Biafrans who can pay more than that. When he said it, some people get jittery. Some people begin to convert the money into naira and they begin to shake. But Chukwu Okike have taken this money and kept it with some people. Chukwu Okike had taken this money, gave some Biafrans to hold it until this very day. And already, so many of them are coming out. As you are watching this video, people are still rushing out. And I'm telling you at the end of the day, that number you had, 50, is going to be more than 50. At the end of the day, it's going to be more than 50. But the earlier you register your name, because that's 50 you had, is significant. Words and numbers have meaning. Every word you hear, every number you hear has a meaning. It is better you fall within that number. It has a meaning. There's a reason why Chukwu Okike mentioned that very word, 50, through Abraham Simon Ekpa. There's a reason. But we have Biafrans, thousands of them who can do more than that. And Chukwu Okike have placed this money in their hand. I'm only sorry for those of them who are going to try to play their smartness. Some who will try to play smartness to preserve more. If you don't open your hand, something is not going to enter. When you close your hand, nothing is going to go in. It's nature. That's just how the world works. If you want to give somebody something, if you want to collect something, if you want to take, you must open your hand. Open your hand to receive. So those of you who are in that group that are supposed to sponsor the issue and you are closing your hand, you can't receive. And the money you are shutting your door for reception, the one you have already in your hand is going to dry up. It's not going to increase. But when you open your hand, it's going to increase. The fundraising is coming up on Saturday. On that Saturday, it is not only those who are in that high level. If you're on the lower level, we have the 1,000 men group. Join the 1,000 group. Your widow's might is highly needed at this point in time. Everybody matters. You matter, I matter. Any contribution you can make, join the Zoom on Saturday. Join the Zoom on Saturday. And join the sponsorship of that very ESN. That is the only stronghold we have. This is the time to walk the walk, not the time to talk the talk. We have talked the talk for a very long time. Time to walk the walk. And how are you going to walk the walk? Already, there are even some people who are volunteers on themselves, giving their life. They have given their life. How much can somebody pay you to give your life? How much? If not that you will come and touch your hand. These people are volunteers on their own. Very good numbers of them. We have more than enough men on the ground who are ready for the restoration of Biafra. And some other Biafran groups are coming to unite in one place. And it is our duty to sponsor them and make sure that this unity stands. Time to walk the walk. Not more talking about the talk. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu said it. Each time when I broadcast, I would like to refer to the words of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Because some people, like those ones who doesn't believe in what we are saying, when our brother Simon Ekpa make a speech, they will think that he's just saying it because he wants to say it. But Simon Ekpa is building on every foundation that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu led. So many things that he do today are things that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu have pronounced by himself. Every single thing he's following today are things that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu himself have pronounced. He pronounced it with his mouth. And you see somebody who is building on that foundation, standing and building on that foundation, that strong foundation. Instead of you to support him, you are busy looking for fault. Keep on looking for fault. You will continue to look for fault until one day you wake up, you sleep in the Zoological Republic, and you wake up in Biafra. It is going to happen. You will keep on castigating Simon Ekpa, looking for his brokers, listening to where to attack him. One day you will sleep in Nigeria and you wake up in Biafra. It is going to happen very, very soon. Time to walk the walk, not talking the talk. We have talked enough. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu say, I am tired of broadcasting. Go and check the broadcast is there. I have the broadcast on this my page, where Mazen Nnamdi Kanu made that comment. On this, one of his last messages that he gave, he said, I am tired of broadcasting. I don't want to broadcast anymore. I want to go and defend my land. I want to go and defend my land. I can no longer continue to broadcast. I am tired. I am tired of broadcasting. Time to walk the walk is now, not tomorrow. So wherever you think you are, whichever area you think that Chukwuka have placed you to walk, please don't hesitate. Stop hesitating. Stop dragging yourself back. Stop holding yourself. Stop holding yourself. As long as you're hearing from Chukwuka about Biafra, you are an autopilot. Believe it or not, take it or leave it. Let me tell you, autopilot is not just like an organization where you go and register, like they had in the past. You saw in the past when they take people to go and swear oath, to take oath of this, oath of that. Every single one of them who went and took that oath at the end of the day, all of them have failed. They have all become liars. They all become liars. Do you see them talking about oath again? Because they know they have destroyed the oath. Every single one of them have been shouting, oh, did you take an oath? You owe this oath, that. Every single one of them today have been exposed. Including those that sold Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. These were people who claim to have taken oath. People who claim to have taken oath. They are the people who betrayed Mazen Nnamdi Kanu and sold him out. And here are we today. Here are we today. Are you still hearing them talking about oath? So let me tell you, autopilot is not just an organization where you will go, you register. Autopilot is Chukwu Okike in charge. If Chukwu Okike is working in you, genuinely speaking to you, do this for Biafra. Start doing that. If you know that thing that Chukwu Okike is putting in your heart to do it for the coming of Biafra. And Mazen Nnamdi Kanu himself gave that order. He gave that order. He said, if you know what you are going to do to make Biafra come, wake up and start doing it. 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 It is no longer time to begin to talk and make noise. It is no longer time to make noise. It is no longer time. This is the time to walk the walk, not just talking the talk. Just like we did yesterday, you see somebody came up. If you have a superior argument, any other conviction you have, any other thing you think that is better than what we are doing, you come out here, be bold. Let the world see how smart you are. Let the world see your brave opinion. You come out and make your contributions without any insult to anybody. Neither are we going to insult you on this platform. We don't insult people. We don't stop people from speaking. We don't antagonize people. It doesn't matter your tribe. It doesn't matter your religion. It doesn't matter your location. If you are one Nigerianist, if you are from Oduduwa side, you are from Middle Belt, you are Hausa, you are a Fulani man, you are welcome. Just make sure you have a superior argument. You never can tell. You can win a soul. If you don't win us over, maybe after talking to us, you begin to understand us better and know where we are coming from. It is time to walk the walk. No longer time to talk the talk. We have talked a lot. That is why the stage we are now is in restoration. Restoration is where we are, to restore Biafra. That is where we are. And Biafra must be restored. It must be restored. Mazen Nandekano came in the court and gave us that charge, that it is our responsibility to defend Biafra. He came to the court to remind us. For those who have forgotten, as for the autopilot, we have never forgotten that responsibility. We have never left that responsibility or forget about it. But Mazen Nandekano came to remind us once again and tell us that it is our responsibility to defend Biafra land and its people. And make sure that nobody loses his life. It's a charge that he gave to us. He came to remind us that it's our responsibility to protect Biafra land and Biafran people. And today, that is what we are doing. That charge he gave us is what we are following. And we will continue to pursue it and follow it to the last. No man born of a woman can stop the coming of Biafra. You can't stop it, no matter how you try. No matter how you try, you cannot stop Biafra from coming. You can't. You better stop trying. Because the more you try, the more you fail. And Mazen can also say in the court that Biafra will definitely come. No man born of a woman can stop Biafra. Time to walk the walk. Enough of the talk. We are in restoration. Just as I'm saying, before the end of this year and the next year, things are going to be happening. Already things are happening. There are certain things that we will not speak about. You will see it. When you see it manifest in your own eye, then it will be better, because we have talked a lot. So many things will not be spoken about until when you begin to see them manifest. It is going to happen. There will be no election in Biafra land. That one is settled. It's settled, sealed and settled. When we are talking about no election in Biafra land, it is no longer business as usual. When we say no election, at the end of the day, some clowns will go to the back and begin to push other agenda behind. It can't work. It's no longer that regime have passed. We are in the new dimension. Today, we are with the people who are standing toe-to-toe with Mazen Nandekano, following his footsteps, making sure that every agenda of Mazen Nandekano is carried out to the fullest. We make sure that every demand of Mazen Nandekano, every of his agenda he put on ground, every foundation he has led is carried to the last. That is what we do. We cannot derail. We cannot move away from that foundation he has laid. Never. In the past, you see some people who are not Biafrans, some people who don't want the coming of Biafra. They will be around Mazen Nandekano, very, very close to him, and they continue to distract him. They will continue to distract him, feed him with wrong information. Distract even when Mazen Nandekano is focused. When Mazen Nandekano is seeing clearly the coming of Biafra, when Mazen Nandekano talks to them and tell them about it, they will discourage him. And Mazen Nandekano, he is human. In as much as he has all the talent, Chukwukabema have blessed him and anointed him, he is still human. Even Jesus Christ at a point in time, being spirit himself, Jesus Christ himself at a point in time, he began to speak in a different form. Jesus Christ being a person that knows all things, being God himself the way he was described, He knows all things. Yet, at a point in time, he was praying and said, Father, if it is possible, let this cup get away from me. The cup he was praying to get away from him, knowing fully well that if that cup is removed from him, if he is not killed, salvation is not going to come to the Christians. Salvation will not come to women. Salvation will not come. He knows very well about that. And he was still praying and say, let this cup depart from me. With all the spiritual strength he has. So Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is human. He was surrounded by a lot of distractors. Surrounded with so many people who are feeding him wrong information. Pressing him down. When he makes 2 steps forward, they push him 3 steps backward. But he can never be the same. That was why when the thing got so much, he began to cry out. He began to cry out. He began to shout and ask for men. He began to cry out. He began to cry out in all angles. He began to cry out and began to shout. He is human. But today, I thank Chukwu Okama that every of those distractors, those who were distracting our school in Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, today, they have been thrown to the dustbin. Those who are distracting Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, they have been thrown to the dustbin. They have been gathered together and thrown to the dustbin. And today, they are no more. They are no more there. They are no more there. Nobody knows about them. They are no more there. They have been sacked completely. And today, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have a sanitized group that is pursuing his agenda. Every single plan he has, that is what we are pursuing. That is what we are going to carry to the last. That is what we will carry to the last. We are going to carry our responsibility from the first one to the last. We will never deter. And that time is now. That time we are talking about is now. Time to walk the walk. Not talk the talk. Walk the walk. We have talked enough. That time is now. And in this era of the new dimension, we are going to put everything in place to make sure that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is released and Biafra comes. I used to say it and I tell people, the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not in the hand of the imposter in Asok. It's not in the hand of the judge or the lawyers. The release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is in the hand of the Biafrans, you and I. What we do will determine if Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is released or not. What we do, the way we react, the way we carry our mission, that will determine whether Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is released or not. And we are on the right track. We are in the right track, making sure that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is being released. No matter what anybody says, no matter what anybody does, no matter the weapon of warfare, no matter where they're coming from, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will definitely be released. And today, we have to walk the walk, not talk the talk anymore. We have talked a lot. There are people who are still willing to talk. Just like those one Nigerians, they are still deceiving themselves. They are still deceiving themselves. Some people, even including Biafrans, there are some Biafrans who are still deceiving themselves, thinking they have seen another Messiah. They have seen a shortcut in P2B. P2B is not a shortcut. In short, P2B is going to put you more into slavery. P2B is going to, if your freedom is going to be in 20 years, P2B wants to make sure that he makes your freedom comes in 100 years. P2B is going to push you deeper into more suffering, into more enslavement. It's going to make sure that the marginalization increase. That is the mission it's going to have. That is why you must never, if you care about your freedom and the freedom of your born children, you must never wish him well. You must never promote anything they are talking about the election. Although I know already that Biafrans, 99.9% of Biafrans are very much ready to shut down Biafra land and there will be an election. When we say there will be an election, people will think that maybe there is every strategy in place to make sure that the election doesn't go. And I tell you, this is the time to walk the walk, not talk the talk. We have talked the talk for a very long time. You are going to see us walk the walk this time around. You are going to see Biafrans. Biafrans are going to walk the walk this time. So begin to prepare yourself. Begin to prepare yourself. Our brother Simon Ekpa have made a broadcast email last time. I'm going to cut that broadcast and share it on my page again so that people who have not heard it will hear it. I'm going to share it. That you have to, if you are in Biafra land, when our spokesperson talk, I will go and cut that very program. I need to cut it and share my program on my page. It has come to my mind. I'm going to try to do that. He made a broadcast. On that broadcast, he gave a strong advice to Biafran people of what is about to come. If you are watching me and you're a Biafran, in Biafra land, even if you are abroad, tell your families they should prepare themselves for what is about to come. It is going to get tougher. It is going to get more difficult. It's going to get harder. But I promise you that Biafra will definitely come. At the end of it all, we will all rejoice. Make sure you stock up food for yourself. If you know any way you can support your family to make sure they stock up enough food for themselves, do that. Any way you can be able to reach out to your people and tell them to stock up food for themselves, prepare themselves for what is about to come, please do that. Any support you can give to any family in Biafra land, anybody, people who are less privileged, to stock up for themselves as we are progressing. Let me tell you, this remaining months of the year is very, very important to prepare yourself for what is about to happen. It's going to be more tougher. When we are saying certain things, we are saying they are all what. I'm going to share the video so that you can be able to hear directly from our spokesperson. Stock up food for yourself. Stock up food stock. Get it and stock it up for yourself. Make sure you have something like salt, mainly salt. We don't want what happened in the past to happen again. We don't want to experience the issue of kwashiorkor or whatever. It will never happen again, but you have to stock up food for yourself. This time around, it's not going to last the way it lasted the last time. It's not going to be the way it lasted last time. It's going to be in a very short period. But in that very short period, if you are in Biafra land, start now. Don't wait till tomorrow. Start now as you're watching this video. Start now as you're watching this video to stock up food for yourself. Begin to prepare yourself for what's about to come. Prepare yourself. When they are telling that the invaders are there already, it is not a joke. The invaders are already there. You saw them when they were coming. You heard about them when they are coming. People have confirmed they are there. And we will not wait for them. We will not wait for them to come and meet us in our sleep. No, we won't. We will not wait for them to. Mazin Nandi Kanu himself has spoken and told us it is our responsibility to protect Biafra land, and we will protect Biafra land. We will. That is the stage we are. Protecting Biafra land is our responsibility. If you are in Biafra land, if you are not in Biafra land, you are abroad, please tell your family to stock up food for themselves. Stock up food for themselves. There are certain things that will not be said online. There are certain things that will not be said online. We are only going to be telling you things on code. All you have to do is to open your ears and listen. And please, tell your people to listen to Voice of Biafra, 97.5 FM. Let them connect to it. If the radio is not in your area, let us know so that we can pass the information and people can volunteer. If the radio is not in your area, you can volunteer to sponsor the radio. It is not expensive. All you got to do is to contact Abra Samadeko or contact Madam Azoka, Honorable Azoka. Every one of you know Honorable Azoka, who is leader of Umada today. Contact Honorable Azoka or contact Abra Samadeko. Tell him that you want the radio to be on your area. Then you begin the instructions on what to do. Don't be scared about the price. It's not expensive the way you think. In this present situation, in this new dimension, nothing is hidden. It is not like when they begin to steal money from up and down. In any little thing, they will begin to call millions. In any little things that an individual can do, they will tell you a country will not do it. They will be telling lies like the Zoological Republic when Nigeria will tell you that Nigeria cannot build a refinery. They can't run a refinery, but an individual can run a refinery. We are not in that era. In the era that we are in now, what you see is what you get. Every information is bare, very open. Prepare yourself. If you are in Biafra land, prepare yourself. Get yourself prepared. Get yourself prepared. We are heading somewhere. Stock up food for yourself. Food stock up. Let me tell you, if you talk about blockade, they cannot have any blockade on us. I thank Chukwu Kabiama for the kind of unity we are seeing in Biafra among all the Biafran agitators. The BNL who have been in the border all this while, protecting the border, they are there and they will remain there. We cannot lose our coastal region to anybody. And they cannot put us under any blockade. Not again. Never again. The media, already you see we are in charge of the media. Please share the video. If you have not shared this video, kindly share this video. This information is very important. Share this video. Share it to family and friends. Share it to everybody around you. Share it in any WhatsApp group you belong. Share it. As you are sharing this video, you are actually supporting the page. You are supporting Biafra. You are supporting the progress of the movement. When you are sharing, you are actually doing something. Share to your WhatsApp group, any place you belong, in your own page, in your video, Facebook, any group you belong to. Share. As you're sharing, you're passing information. You can support the page. You can send your stars. All those are support. In the state that we are now, I told you, we are walking the walk, not talking the talk. Just like Mazen Nanekane cried out, he has talked enough. And it is our duty to walk the walk. That is where we are today. If you are in Biafra land, prepare yourself. Begin now to prepare yourself. Begin now to prepare yourself. Stock up food. Call your people in Biafra land. If you're not in Biafra land, call them. Tell them to stock up food for themselves. They should have reserve. Stock up food. Don't wait. Don't wait. Stock up food. Start now. As you're watching this video, after watching, call your family and tell them, let them start stocking up food for them. Mainly salt. All those important ingredients they need. Let them stock it up. Let us talk. It can never be like this as usual. Some of you might take it as a joke. Some of you will take it as play. It's not everything that you're going to hear from us here. So many things are going to be unveiling. You'll be seeing it with your own eye. When you see it, then you will remember you are told. You are warned. You are told. Pay attention to the information you're getting. Follow our brother Simon Eba on Twitter. Follow him on Twitter. Make sure you follow him. He's tweeting almost every hour. He's tweeting and giving us information on what will happen and what is not happen. Follow him on his broadcast. Anytime he's broadcasting, follow him. And also listen to Voice of Biafra. Listen to Voice of Biafra. 97.5 FM. Listen to that Voice of Biafra. You are going to be getting first-hand information. You will know when you have to sit at home and when you have to stay outside. We are trying as much as possible to make sure that we will save Biafran people. We are trying to make sure that Biafrans don't have casualties. We have lost a lot already. We have lost a lot of men, able men, children, women. We have lost a lot and we don't want to continue to lose because Biafra land is meant for human, not for spirit. The Biafra we are fighting for, it is human being that we exist in Biafra, not spirit. That is why we are putting everything in place, informing people to be at alert before what will happen will happen. None of us desire to see Biafrans die. We don't desire to see the corpse of Biafrans everywhere. That is why we are taking the responsibility to make sure we protect Biafra land. We cannot sleep. We can't wait for them. We can't sleep and let them come and take our life in sleep. Instead, let us die fighting. And it cannot be business as usual. I have passed the message and I'm going to cut the message directly from our spokesperson. I'm going to cut it. I'm going to cut a message directly from our brother Simon Eba. Then I will post it on this page so that you can be able to know the stranger from him. That everything we are saying is not child's play. It's not a joke. It is not a joke. It is not a joke. You better take everything we are saying serious. Take it serious. Prepare yourself. This is the time to walk the walk. Time to walk the walk, not talking the talk. We have talked a long time. We have been talking and now we are in a new dimension. In that new dimension is a time to walk the walk. Stop getting distracted. Stop getting distracted. Even after seeing everything, I don't know why, including Biafrans. Mainly, I am focusing my message on Biafra and again to the southern part of Nigeria, the whole southerners and Christians generally. To the southerners and Christians generally. You see what is playing out. You see what is playing out when they chose their Muslim ticket. In that Muslim ticket, do you know what they are saying? Do you know what they are talking? They are saying that is a jihad. That is actually a jihad against every other indigenous people. And who are the people calling this jihad? The Fulanis. And I always say it, this is not about religion. It's not about, they are only using religion to propagate that their Fulanization jihad. Fulanization agenda, that is what you are saying. And they are using religion to push it. It is not about Islam. It's not about Christianity. It is not about any religion. It is about Fulanis taking over the contraption called Nigeria. That is the only mission. And they want to pursue that mission by all means possible. And they are using some greedy people in the southern part of Nigeria Some greedy people in the setup who are willing to buy into that polarization. You see them coming out. You will see somebody. Are you not surprised?
Are yet to wake up from your slumber or your sleep and get the point that we are exiting Nigeria. Exiting Nigeria is not going to come from the platter of golden plate. You have to sacrifice for it. And we are ready to sacrifice everything, including you, if you come and stand in the way of freedom. So you need to know how serious we are. We are damn serious. Some of you are not getting it. You think we are here to build political movement? We are here for freedom. Freedom comes with price. Okay? The only thing you can do is to comment on social media. Don't ever stand on the way of Biafra freedom. We'll crush you.
Their interest is suppressed. Biafra is the key. Once they can hold Biafra down, they can hold the whole of Africa down. Hey, freedom fighting, sorry. Because all these people are criminals. They are saying there is no way this man cannot be a criminal like themselves. They don't have a different breed altogether. They don't know that. I am Nnamdi Kanu. I don't do all this nonsense you do. My father was a very rich man, not ostentatious. I had the finest education that his money could afford. We are not poor. Have never been. That is why a poor man cannot be a freedom fighter. If you're not full of yourself, you cannot be a freedom fighter. You cannot go everywhere. We must continue.